48 Chronicles is an interactive gaming stream with the stream itself acting as your game master and the players choosing the actions of the character in real time via the live chat. Jump in and listen along to the narration, or play along by tagging the channel with your next move, or just be a bro and hit that subscribe button. Thank you as always, and may the dice always roll in your favor.
We begin in your charming apartment, decorated in the latest Art Deco style. You're perched at your vanity, applying your red lipstick and adjusting your stylish red hat, when a coded message arrives from your handlers. You're to infiltrate a party being hosted by the enigmatic film producer Victor Renard at his luxurious mansion. Victor's reputation for opulence is unmatched, and whispers of his clandestine activities have reached the highest echelons of the government. You're not on the guest list, but you have your orders. As you slip on your crimson dress and prepare for the night, consider your plan of action. How will you infiltrate the party without arousing suspicion? Keep in mind, charm and deception are your strongest cards. Base date was chosen from the live chat. Go to the party and scout the outside of the building. You slip out of your apartment, your crimson dress and hat a splash of color in the evening gloom. The city buzzes around you as you make your way toward Victor's mansion. The mansion, a sprawling Spanish-style villa, teems with Hollywood's elite. Floodlights illuminate the scene, casting long, dramatic shadows. The party is in full swing, with music and laughter spilling out from every window. As you keep to the shadows, you survey the mansion's exterior. It's heavily guarded, but you spot a few potential entry points: a balcony with a trellis leading up to it, the main entrance where guests are being greeted by a doorman, and a service entrance at the back. Roll a d20 for an insight check to see which path seems most promising. You rolled 20. A critical success. Your keen eyes sweep over the mansion and you immediately notice a pattern. The guards rotate on a predictable schedule, leaving the trellis leading up to the balcony temporarily unwatched. The main entrance is bustling, but the doorman seems more interested in socializing than scrutinizing the guests. The service entrance at the back, although less guarded, is frequented by staff and might pose a risk of running into someone. With your exceptional insight check, you feel confident that you could make it up the trellis to the balcony without being spotted. What will you do next? Base date was chosen from the live chat. Make sure no one is watching and scale the building. You wait in the shadows, watching the guard's pattern. As the last ray of the setting sun disappears, a guard walks away from his post, leaving the trellis unwatched. This is your moment. You stride confidently out of the shadows, your climbing gear concealed beneath the fabric of your dress. You approach the trellis, glancing around to ensure you're still unnoticed. With deft movements, you begin to ascend. Roll a d20 for a dexterity check to see how stealthily you can navigate your way up the trellis. You rolled 20. As you begin your ascent, a sudden sense of serenity falls over you. Skillfully, you navigate the trellis with the grace of a cat, your dexterity shining through. Each movement is calculated, quiet, and swift. The high roll of 20 ensures not a single guard notices your silhouette against the twilight sky. Before you know it, you're on the balcony, hidden by a curtain of ivy. From here, you can see an open French window leading into a lavishly furnished room. What's your next move? Maureen Peters was chosen from the live chat. Make your way to the lavish room. If someone catches you, pretend to be drunk and lost. Gingerly, you step over the balcony railing and through the open French window into the room. The space is grand, filled with opulent furniture and rich tapestries. A crystal chandelier casts a warm glow over everything, creating a sense of luxury and power. You take a moment to adjust your hat, then move further into the room. As you're about to exit through a door leading to what appears to be a hallway, a man's voice echoes from behind. "Excuse me, miss. This is a private area." Caught off guard, you turn to face Victor Renard himself, standing at the entrance, an inquisitive look on his face. Roll a d20 for a deception check to convincingly act drunk and lost. You rolled 9. As you turn to face Victor, you feign disorientation, your eyes going wide as if startled. You try to adopt a slurred speech and wobbly stance, attempting to convincing him that you're merely a tipsy guest who's lost her way. However, with a roll of 9, it's not the most convincing act. Victor tilts his head, examining you quizzically. "A bit early to be this inebriated, don't you think?" Despite the slight hitch, you have his attention. How you handle the situation from here may determine your success in befriending him. Little Green Martian was chosen from the live chat. "Say, if you let me into your private area, I'll let you into my private area, wink wink." You flash Victor a flirtatious smile, batting your eyelashes sweetly at him. "Well, Victor," you purr, "if you let me into your private area, I'll let you into mine." You add a sultry wink for good measure, hoping that the innuendo will break the ice and get him laughing or at least ease his suspicions. Roll a d20 for a charisma check to see how your flirtations are received. You rolled 18. Your charm and quick wit work wonders. Victor chuckles, a twinkle in his eye. "Well, how could I resist such a proposition?" With a roll of 18, your charisma certainly shines through. He steps aside, inviting you further into his private quarters with a sweeping gesture. "After you, miss. This is your opportunity to solidify your place in Victor's good graces and continue your mission. What's your next move?" Bleach Demon was chosen from the live chat. Grab his crotch and twist knowing he likes it rough. Your actions seem to be crossing a line that this game does not permit. While it is important to maintain your cover, it's also crucial to remain respectful and professional. You have succeeded in charming Victor and have been invited to explore his private quarters. This is an excellent opportunity to look for clues about his possible involvement in espionage. Baystate was chosen from the live chat. Ask he what he does for a living, try to get some information out of him. You follow Victor into his private quarters, keeping your demeanor light and playful. You ask casually, "So, Victor, what exactly do you do?" It's a simple question, but one that gives him the opportunity to reveal more about himself, whether he realizes it or not. Victor settles into an ornate chair, gesturing for you to sit opposite him. "Why, I'm a film producer," he says, a secretive smile playing on his lips. "But I have my hands in many pots. You never know what opportunities might present themselves." Roll a d20 for an insight check to discern any hidden meaning in his words. You rolled 19. As Victor speaks, you listen attentively, reading between the lines. His cryptic response does nothing to allay your suspicions, and the roll of 19 on your insight check only confirms them. When he mentions having his hands in many pots, you get the sense that he's alluding to activities that go well beyond film production. You can't pin down exactly what he might be involved in, but you're more convinced than ever that he's not just a film producer. Victor seems to be warming up to you, and he leans back in his chair, looking at you expectantly. Now's your chance to probe deeper or perhaps steer the conversation towards the social event on his private island. Bleach Demon was chosen from the live chat. Ask him in German if he would make a version of Triumph of the Wolf, but as FDR as the crippled master race. You decide to test the waters, subtly probing Victor's loyalties with a pointed question. Switching to flawless German, you lean forward, meeting his gaze with a playful smile. Werden Sie nicht gern eine Version von Triumph des Willens machen, aber mit FDR aus der Behinder Meistrennen. Your question seems to catch him off guard. He raises an eyebrow, studying you for a moment. Then, he responds in equally smooth German, his tone careful, an intriguing concept, but such a film would be controversial, to say the least. Roll a d20 for an insight check to gauge his reaction to your question. You rolled 20. With a roll of 20, your insight is razor sharp. As Victor responds, you closely watch his expressions and mannerisms. His initial surprise quickly morphs into a guarded curiosity. His careful wording and the slight edge to his voice strongly suggest that he's aware of the provocative nature of your proposition. It's a reaction that aligns with your suspicions about his clandestine activities. Victor seems intrigued by your audacity and wit. He proposes a toast to bold ideas and beautiful company. He refills your glass and lifts his own in a salute. As the party continues in the background, you've taken a step closer to the heart of the mystery surrounding Victor Renard. Do you accept his toast, or do you have another plan in mind? Baystate was chosen from the live chat. Lean in close. Whisper in his ear. So you understand German, travel there often. Leaning in close, you lower your voice to a sultry whisper, careful to keep the conversation between just the two of you. So, you understand German, you murmur, your lips nearly brushing his ear. Do you travel there often? Victor looks at you, clearly intrigued by your questions. He takes a moment before answering, his gaze never leaving yours. I find myself in Europe quite often. Business, you understand. His answer is vague, a deliberate sidestep that only fuels your suspicions. You've successfully managed to keep the conversation flowing and he seems to be enjoying your company. What do you do next? Baystate was chosen from the live chat. Ask Victor to give you a tour of the house, press your boobs against him. With your charm turned up to its highest, you lean in slightly closer to Victor, creating a subtle contact. You ask in a sweet, inquisitive tone, Victor, would you be so kind as to give me a tour of your beautiful house? Victor's eyes sparkle with intrigue and he nods, offering his arm to you. It would be my pleasure. This way, my dear. As you're led deeper into the mansion, this could be the chance to find the evidence you need. Remember, observation is key. Baystate was chosen from the live chat. Fake an excuse to use the bathroom. As you walk through the lavish corridors of the mansion, you feign a slight discomfort, gently squeezing Victor's arm. Victor, would you mind if we took a quick detour? I really need to use the bathroom. He looks a bit surprised, but nods and graciously directs you to a nearby powder room, waiting patiently outside. You now have a few minutes alone and a chance to explore this section of the mansion. What do you do next? Maureen Peters was chosen from the live chat. Look for paper administration. Taking advantage of your moment of privacy, you quickly scan the powder room. Spotting no paperwork there, you silently exit and peek into the nearby rooms, hoping to find Victor's office or a room where he might keep important documents. Roll a d20 for a stealth check to ensure you remain unnoticed while exploring this segment of the mansion. You rolled 17. With a roll of 17, you tread with the lightness of a shadow, your steps barely making a sound on the richly carpeted floors. Your experience as a spy pays off as you navigate the mansion, keeping a keen eye out for any paperwork that might shed light on Victor's activities. You find a study with the door slightly ajar, and inside, a desk cluttered with papers. You slip inside, ready to sift through the documents, all while keeping an ear out for any approaching footsteps. Time is of the essence here. What do you do next? Bleach Demon was chosen from the live chat. Look for a secret room with a radio behind a bookcase. Suspecting there might be more to this room than meets the eye, you decide to look for a secret room. You scan the walls, your gaze falling on a large bookcase that seems slightly out of place. It's a long shot, but your instincts urge you to investigate. You approach the bookcase, studying the books and the structure. Roll a d20 for an investigation check to see if you can find any hidden mechanism or secret passageway. You rolled 17. With a roll of 17, your keen eyes and sharp intuition serve you well. Looking over the bookcase, you notice one book that seems out of place. Upon closer inspection, you realize it's not a book at all, but a cleverly disguised lever. As you pull it, the bookcase shudders before slowly revealing a hidden room. Inside, you find what appears to be a communication hub, complete with a radio setup. Now, you have a chance to find solid evidence against Victor. What's your next move? Maureen Peters was chosen from the live chat. The secret room somehow reminds you of your lost love, the dashing Mr. Bleach, with his amazing moustache. As you step into the secret room, a wave of nostalgia hits you. The radio setup, the secrecy, it all takes you back to a different time, a different place. Memories flood back of your lost love, the dashing Mr. Bleach. His smooth voice over the radio, his charming smile, and that distinctive moustache that added to his charm. You remember the adventures you shared, the secrets you uncovered, and the love that blossomed in the face of danger. It's a sweet, painful reminder of what you once had. But there's no time for reminiscing now. You're on a mission. As you brush away the memories, what do you do next? Baystate was chosen from the live chat. Turn on the radio and listen. What does the radio say? You approach the radio, a relic of the past but clearly still operational. Turning it on, you hear a crackle of static before a voice comes through. It's speaking in coded language, cryptic phrases that wouldn't make sense to the untrained ear. But you're not untrained. You recognize it as a form of espionage code, the type used to relay covert messages. However, decoding it would require time and concentration. But the coded message could be the evidence you need that Victor is involved in espionage. Baystate was chosen from the live chat. Grab a code book with Reich Adler and Victor's name on it. As you scan the room, your eyes fall on a book tucked away in a corner. It's a code book, the Reich Adler emblem embossed on its cover. What really catches your attention, though, is Victor's name, inscribed underneath it. This could be the evidence you need. You quickly take the book, flipping through it. It's filled with coded messages and their translations, a goldmine of information. You pocket the book, knowing it could be vital evidence. Suddenly, you hear footsteps approaching. You have to act quickly. What's your next move? Baystate was chosen from the live chat. Close the bookshelf. Act like you were just looking at his books. With no time to lose, you quickly close the secret room, the bookshelf fitting snugly back into place. Just as you step away, the door to the study opens, and you find yourself face to face with Victor. He raises an eyebrow, looking slightly puzzled. "Lost again, my dear?" he asks, his tone laced with amusement. You flash him a disarming smile, gesturing towards the rows of books. "Just admiring your collection, Victor. You have quite the taste in literature." Roll a d20 for a deception check to see if Victor buys your excuse. You rolled 10. With a roll of 10, you manage to keep your cool, your expression remaining composed. "Is that so?" Victor replies, looking at you with a playful suspicion. "Well, I do pride myself on my collection. Perhaps I could show you some of my favorites." Victor seems to buy your explanation, but his curiosity about you seems to have heightened. He might be more watchful of you now, but you have the codebook safely tucked away, a significant step towards completing your mission. What do you do next? Baystate was chosen from the live chat. Tell him you loved meeting him, but you must leave, you know, girl stuff. But you'd love to share him again. You give Victor a charming smile, lightly touching his arm. "Victor, I've had a wonderful time, truly," you say, your tone sincere. "But I really must be going, girl stuff, you understand. I would love to see you again, though." Victor looks slightly disappointed but nods, understanding. "Of course, my dear. I'll look forward to it." As you make your way out of the mansion, you can't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. You've successfully infiltrated Victor's inner circle, and you have the code book. But your mission is far from over. You must decode the book and find solid evidence of Victor's espionage activities. But for now, you've done all you can. You return to your apartment, ready to plan your next move. The game will continue when you're ready to undertake the next step in your mission. Bleach Demon was chosen from the live chat. Get in your 1936 Auburn 852 and drive to the library to begin translating. You slip into your sleek 1936 Auburn 852, the engine purring as you drive through the city. The streets are quiet, the city's glitz and glamour giving way to the soft glow of street lamps. Your destination, the library, a place you know will have the resources you need to decipher the contents of the codebook. As you walk into the library, the familiar scent of old books and polished wood greets you. It's late, and the library is nearly empty, the perfect environment for you to work undisturbed. You find a secluded corner and pull out the codebook, ready to begin your work. Roll a d20 for an intelligence check to see how well you can decipher the codes in the book. You rolled 16. With a roll of 16 and your keen intellect, you begin to make progress decoding the messages in the book. The code is complex, but you're able to unravel the intricate patterns, translating lines of gibberish into coherent sentences. As you work through the night, you start to uncover incriminating evidence. The book contains detailed records of clandestine activities, coded conversations, and suspicious transactions that all point to Victor's involvement in espionage. But it's not enough to have the book. You also need to confirm these activities and gather more evidence. As dawn breaks, you close the book, more determined than ever to expose Victor's betrayals. What is your next move? As you walk into your apartment, the phone rings, piercing the early morning silence. You pick it up, surprised to hear Victor's voice on the other end. "I hope I'm not disturbing you, my dear," he says, his tone smooth. "I was hoping you could join me on my private island tomorrow. It will be a small gathering, nothing too extravagant." You're taken aback. The invitation is unexpected, and you can't help but wonder how he got your number. But it also provides an excellent opportunity to gather more evidence against Victor. How do you respond to his invitation? Baystate was chosen from the live chat. Accept his offer. Keeping your voice steady, you accept Victor's invitation. That sounds lovely, Victor, you reply, adding a hint of excitement to your tone. I'd be delighted to join you. Excellent, Victor replies, sounding pleased. I'll send a car for you tomorrow. As you hang up the phone, you can't help but feel a rush of anticipation. You're about to delve deeper into the world of Victor Renard. But for now, you need rest. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. The next part of your mission will begin when you're ready. Bleach Demon was chosen from the live chat. Right, Mr. Bleach, Deborah the evidence to your handlers and then get ready for the morning. You spend the remaining hours of the night drafting a detailed message to your handlers, explaining your findings and attaching the decoded evidence. You also write a personal note to Mr. Bleach, sharing your concerns and plans. You address the envelope to Deborah, a trusted contact who will ensure your message reaches the right hands. Once the letters are stowed away in a hidden drop-off location, you return to your apartment. As the night gives way to the early morning light, you prepare for the day ahead, knowing full well that infiltrating Victor's Island may be the most dangerous part of your mission yet. As the sun rises, a sleek black car pulls up in front of your building, ready to take you to Victor's private island. The next stage of your mission begins now. Baystate was chosen from the live chat. Pack your gun and get in the car. You secure your concealed weapon in the holster hidden beneath your stylish dress, ensuring it's within easy reach if needed. Then, with a deep breath, you step out of your apartment and into the waiting car. As the city fades into the distance, you can't help but feel a surge of adrenaline. You're on your way to Victor's private island, a place likely teeming with secrets waiting to be unraveled. The car ride is smooth, and soon the city gives way to the open sea. A sleek yacht is waiting for you at the private dock. Now, the real challenge begins. Maureen Peters was chosen from the live chat. Get on board, find some escape routes just in case, and hide some weapons. As you step onto the yacht, you're immediately struck by the sheer opulence of it all. But you're not here to marvel at Victor's wealth. With a practiced eye, you begin to assess the yacht layout, looking for potential escape routes. While the crew is busy preparing for departure, you find a moment to discreetly stash a few small weapons, a pocket knife and a garrote wire, in strategic locations around the yacht. Roll a d20 for a stealth check to ensure your actions go unnoticed. You rolled 4. With a roll of 4, your actions aren't as inconspicuous as you would have liked. As you're stashing the second weapon, a crew member rounds the corner. He spots you at the last moment, his eyes widening in surprise. "Miss, can I help you with anything?" he asks, clearly puzzled. You need to think quickly to avoid arousing suspicion. What do you do next? Baystate was chosen from the live chat. Push up your breasts and flirt with the crew member, hoping he will forget what he saw. You quickly adopt a flirtatious demeanor, flashing the crew member a charming smile. "Actually," you say, adjusting your dress to accentuate your figure, "I got a little lost. Could you show me where the deck is?" Roll a d20 for a charisma check to see if your flirtatious diversion successfully distracts the crew member. You rolled 17. With a roll of 17, your charm seems to work like a charm. The crew member blushes and scratches the back of his neck awkwardly. "Of course, miss. Right this way," he stammers, clearly flustered. He leads you to the deck, completely forgetting about the peculiar scene he walked in on. You've managed to avoid suspicion for now, but the incident was a close call. As the yacht pulls away from the dock and begins its journey to Victor's private island, you know you need to be more cautious moving forward. Bleach Demon was chosen from the live chat. Wink at the man and tell him that he has quite the big deck. As you step onto the deck, you give the crew member an appreciative wink. My, you say, your voice dripping with flirtatious undertones, you do have quite the big deck. Caught off guard, the crew member blushes a deeper shade of red. He stammers out a thank you, clearly flustered by your charm. Your comment seems to have successfully distracted him from his earlier suspicions. As the yacht continues its journey, you prepare yourself for the challenges that lie ahead. What do you do next? Maureen Peters was chosen from the live chat. Ask the man to show you his big, impressive deck. Keeping up the charm offensive, you turn to the crew member with an intrigued smile. Would you mind showing me around this big, impressive deck of yours? You ask, maintaining the playful banter. The crew member, although still a bit flustered, nods and begins to give you a tour of the yacht's deck. It's a good opportunity to familiarize yourself with the yacht's layout and spot potential escape routes. As you follow him around, keep a keen eye out for anything that may come in handy later. TSF Caesar was chosen from the live chat. Search JH for a motorized boat to escape in later. As the crew member shows you around the deck, you casually scan the surrounding area for any signs of a motorized boat. It could serve as a potential escape route should things take a turn for the worse. Roll a d20 for a perception check to see if you spot anything useful. You rolled 6. With a roll of 6, you don't immediately spot any motorized boats. The crew member, still flustered by your earlier flirtation, is quite eager to show you the yacht's features, making it hard to focus on your surroundings. Despite this minor setback, you remain undeterred. Remember, not all opportunities are immediately apparent. You'll have more chances to look for escape routes once you arrive at Victor's Island. For now, continue to play the part and keep Victor's trust. TSF Caesar was chosen from the live chat. Go to Victor and keep him interested in you. Gotta work the angle. Deciding to play into Victor's interest, you bid farewell to the flustered crew member and make your way to where Victor is overseeing the yacht's journey. He looks up as you approach, a hint of surprise in his eyes quickly replaced by delight. Ah, there you are, he says, offering you a warm smile. I was beginning to think you got lost again. You flash him a charming smile, ready to keep the charade going. Keeping up this act is crucial to your mission. What will you discuss with Victor to keep him interested? Bleach Demon was chosen from the live chat. Ask Victor in flawless German what his plans are for after the war. Switching to flawless German, a skill you picked up during your extensive spy training, you ask Victor, what are your plans for after the war, Victor? He looks taken aback for a moment, clearly not expecting you to speak his native language. Then, he chuckles, replying in German, I like to live in the moment, my dear. But I have a few projects in mind. Victor seems even more intrigued by you now, his eyes studying you with a newfound interest. Your question seems to have struck a chord. How will you continue the conversation? TSF Caesar was chosen from the live chat. What is your opinion on the fur? Keeping your tone conversational, you ask Victor, and what's your opinion on the fur? This question is a calculated risk, a direct probe into Victor's political leanings. Victor's smile falters a bit, his gaze becoming more guarded. Politics can be a dangerous topic, my dear, he replies cautiously. I prefer to focus on my work in the film industry. It's clear Victor is careful about revealing too much. But his hesitation might be telling in itself. What will you do next? Maureen Peters was chosen from the live chat. Sing Lily Marlene, gesture at Victor to join in. Deciding to lighten the mood, you begin to sing Lily Marlene, a popular German song known well in both the Allied and Axis forces. Your voice fills the air, the hauntingly beautiful melody wafting across the deck. You gesture at Victor to join in, hoping to create a moment of camaraderie. Victor looks surprised, but then a slow smile spreads across his face. A classic, he murmurs before he begins to sing along. The two of you create a poignant scene, singing a wartime song on the deck of a yacht as it sails towards an unknown destination. Your performance seems to have touched Victor, bringing you a step closer to gaining his trust. What do you do next? Bastape was chosen from the live chat. Change into your bikini. Sunbathe on the deck until we arrive at the island. Deciding to take advantage of the sunny day, you excuse yourself to change into your bikini. As you return to the deck, you notice Victor's approving glance as he takes in your appearance. You flash him a confident smile before settling down to sunbathe. As you lie there, the sun warming your skin, you can't help but plan your next move. The yacht journey gives you precious time to strategize about how you'll find more evidence against Victor once you reach the island. After a while, Victor announces that you're nearing the island. It's time to put your game face back on. What will you do next? Bleach Demon was chosen from the live chat. While changing back into my sleek red dress, I want to get a look at a picture of Mr. Bleach, check my pistol, and then join Victor on his private island. In the privacy of your cabin, you change back into your sleek red dress, preparing to join Victor on his private island. Before you leave, you take a moment to look at a picture of Mr. Bleach, a reminder of why you're on this dangerous mission. You also check your concealed pistol, ensuring it's loaded and ready if necessary. Feeling a renewed sense of determination, you leave the cabin and join Victor, who's waiting to escort you to his island. As you step onto the island, you take in the lush greenery and luxuriously appointed buildings. It's serene, beautiful, and potentially full of secrets. Maureen Peters was chosen from the live chat. Ask for a tour. You turn to Victor, flashing him a charming smile. Would you mind giving me a tour, Victor? Your island is stunning, and I would love to see more of it. Of course, my dear, Victor responds, looking pleased at your request. He offers his arm and you begin the tour, strolling through lush gardens, extravagant guest houses, and other lavish facilities. As you follow Victor around, keep a keen eye out for any unusual or suspicious areas. Remember, you're here to gather evidence against Victor, so use this opportunity to scout the area. TSF Caesar was chosen from the live chat. With a curious tone, how is the landscape of your island? Any particular place you prefer to relax? Your question seems to please Victor, who launches into a detailed description of the island's diverse landscape. There's a mix of everything here, from sandy beaches to dense jungle areas, he explains, pointing out key areas as you walk. But my favorite place, it has to be the cliffside. There's a small gazebo there, offering a breathtaking view of the ocean. I often go there to unwind. His fondness for the gazebo is evident, and he invites you to visit the spot later. You make a mental note of it. The isolated location could be useful for snooping around. Bleach Demon was chosen from the live chat. Ask to visit the kitchen as you want to make fun of the chef while speaking Norwegian. With a mischievous glint in your eye, you turn to Victor. Do you mind if we visit the kitchen? I'd love to share a few Norwegian cooking tips with the chef. Victor chuckles, amused by your unusual request. By all means, he replies, leading you towards the mansion's kitchen. As you navigate through the island's luxurious facilities, you keep an eye out for anything unusual or out of place. Remember, even the most innocuous details can be significant. Base tape was chosen from the live chat. Use the old bathroom excuse and go looking for clues. Taking advantage of a moment when Victor is engaged in conversation with the chef, you excuse yourself to use the bathroom. Victor points you in the direction of a nearby restroom, and you slip away unnoticed. This is your chance to explore and look for clues. The mansion is sprawling, with numerous rooms that could contain valuable information. Where will you start your search? Keep in mind, you'll need to be stealthy to avoid arousing suspicion. Roll a d20 for a stealth check as you begin your investigation. You rolled 19. With a roll of 19, you move with the silent grace of a seasoned spy. You swiftly navigate through the mansion, blending in with the shadows, and take advantage of the staff's busy schedules to explore without arousing suspicion. Your exploration leads you to a study, filled with shelves of books and various documents. Here, you might find some information about Victor's illicit activities. What will you do next? TSF Caesar was chosen from the live chat. Knowing that the Norwegian chef is a spy from a counter-organization, you plan to go through his valuables to see what information he has on Victor. Armed with the knowledge that the Norwegian chef is potentially a spy from a rival organization, you decide to investigate his personal belongings. You move stealthily towards the staff quarters, where the chef likely keeps his personal items. The staff quarters are humble compared to the opulence of the rest of the mansion. You locate the chef's room, a small, tidy space. Before you can start your search, make a stealth check to ensure you remain undetected. Roll a d20. You rolled 20. With a critical success of 20, you slip into the chef's quarters like a ghost, leaving no trace of your intrusion. Your movements are silent and calculated, allowing you to explore the room without alerting anyone. You quickly find a locked chest under the chef's bed, presumably where he keeps his personal items. Using your lockpicks, you carefully work on the lock. Roll a d20 for a dexterity check to see if you can open the chest without damaging it. You rolled 12. With a roll of 12, you manage to pick the lock, but it's a close call. You feel the lock give way just as your pick starts to bend. You release a quiet sigh of relief as the chest creaks open. Inside, you find various personal items. Among them, a small notebook catches your eye. It's filled with coded messages that could contain valuable information about Victor and his operations. Do you take the notebook or try to decode the messages right there? Keep in mind, you won't have much time before your absence is noticed. Just as you're about to pocket the notebook, a sudden sharp pain explodes at the back of your head. Darkness rushes in as you crumple to the floor. When you come to, you find yourself tied to a table, the cold metal pressing uncomfortably against your back. Victor stands over you, a twisted smile on his face. "Did you really think you could fool me, Blondie?" he sneers. He reveals that he knows you're a spy for the US government and that your undercover act didn't fool him. He then details his plan to kill you, a grim prospect that sends a chill down your spine. As Victor switches on a slow-moving laser machine and leaves the room, you realize you need to escape, and fast. TSF Caesar was chosen from the live chat. Yell the code word to the Norwegian chef and activate his sleeper agent defense mode. With a surge of hope, you remember the Norwegian chef, a sleeper agent from a counter-organization. Though you've never met him before, you've been given a code word that should activate his defensive programming. Taking a deep breath, you yell out the code word, praying it reaches the chef's ears. Roll a d20 for a charisma check to see how effective your call for help is. You rolled 20. Your desperate call echoes through the mansion, the code word ringing out loud and clear. With a roll of 20, your voice carries an undeniable urgency that demands attention. Moments later, you hear a commotion outside the room. The door bursts open and the Norwegian chef stands in the doorway, his eyes blank but focused. Your call has activated his sleeper agent mode and he's ready to assist you. With Victor temporarily out of the picture, this is your chance to escape and complete your mission. Maureen Peters was chosen from the live chat. Let the chef carry you around the mansion, pretend he needs to relocate you, a prisoner. You quickly instruct the chef to untie you and pretend to recapture you, making it appear as though he's relocating you, a prisoner. The chef, now completely under the influence of his sleeper agent programming, obeys without hesitation. He easily lifts you from the table and carries you out of the room. As you move through the mansion, you keep a keen eye out for opportunities to escape or gather more evidence against Victor. During this time, roll a d20 for a perception check to identify any useful information or escape routes. You rolled 19. As you're carried through the mansion, your keen eyes take in every detail. With a roll of 19, you notice a hidden door camouflaged within the wall paneling. This could potentially lead to a secret room or even a secret escape route. You also spot Victor's personal study left unattended, a room that's likely to contain significant evidence against him. With these discoveries, you're one step closer to completing your mission. What will you do next? Bleach Demon was chosen from the live chat. Take a picture of the painting of Victor in his Nazi uniform above the mantle. As you're carried past a grand fireplace, you spot a large painting of Victor in a Nazi uniform hanging above the mantle. Recognizing it as potential evidence, you quickly snap a picture with your concealed camera. With this damning evidence in your possession, you're one step closer to completing your mission. However, you still need to find a way to escape the mansion. What will you do next? TSF Caesar was chosen from the live chat. Have the chef get the coded notebook and hide it in your concealed bra pocket. You instruct the chef to retrieve the coded notebook from his quarters. He obeys without question, quickly returning with the small notebook. You take it from him, concealing it in your bra pocket. Now armed with some solid evidence against Victor, you need to plan your escape without arousing suspicion. Time is of the essence. Maureen Peters was chosen from the live chat. Dress up as a member of staff, the fiery red draws too much attention. Realizing that your striking red dress makes you too conspicuous, you decide to blend in by dressing up as a member of the staff. You instruct the chef to fetch you a staff uniform, which he swiftly procures. Disguised as a member of Victor's staff, you stand a better chance of navigating the mansion unnoticed. However, be cautious, any interaction with the staff can expose your disguise. With your new disguise and crucial evidence against Victor, you're ready to plan your escape. What's your next move? TSF Caesar was chosen from the live chat. Have the chef lead you to his secret escape boat and get out before Victor gets wise. Relying on the chef's knowledge of the island, you instruct him to lead you to his secret escape boat. The chef silently nods, indicating that he understands your instructions. Together, you navigate through the mansion's back corridors and service entrances, avoiding any prying eyes. Eventually, you find yourself at a hidden dock where a small motorboat is moored. As the chef unties the boat, you spot movement from the corner of your eye. Victor's guards are closing in. The chef urges you to get in the boat while he holds them off. Roll a d20 for a dexterity check to see if you can escape in time. You rolled 20. With a roll of 20, you leap into the boat with the agility of a cat. You quickly start the motor as the chef successfully holds off Victor's guards. As you navigate away from the island, you can't help but look back to see the chef being overwhelmed by the guards. His sacrifice won't be in vain. With the island fading in the distance, you breathe a sigh of relief. You've managed to escape with crucial evidence against Victor. However, the adventure is far from over. You still need to relay this information back to your handlers and ensure that Victor is brought to justice. As the sun sets, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, you reflect on your adventure. This mission has tested your skills to the limit, but you've proven yourself to be a capable and resourceful spy. And as the cool sea breeze tousles your hair, you can't help but wonder, what's next for Blondie, the glamorous spy? But for now, it's the end of this chapter. Well done, Agent. You've successfully completed your mission. Congratulations. Base date was chosen from the live chat. Close your eyes and take a deep sigh, knowing you will never know what was in that secret room. But you will be back in the arms of your beloved Mr. Bleck soon enough. As the boat cuts through the water, you let your eyes flutter shut and allow yourself a deep, satisfying sigh of relief. The mystery of the secret room lingers in your mind, a loose thread in an otherwise successful mission. It's a small regret, but it doesn't overshadow your accomplishment. You think of Mr. Bleach, a beacon of comfort and familiarity in your unpredictable life. You look forward to the warmth of his embrace, a much-needed respite after the rollercoaster of this mission. With the evidence against Victor safely tucked away, you set course for home. Your heart is light with the thought of seeing Mr. Bleach again and the satisfaction of a job well done. As the stars twinkle overhead, you navigate through the peaceful night, ready for whatever adventure awaits next. Well done, Agent. Safe travels. As the sun sets over the turbulent sea surrounding Victor's island, your heart pounds with the thrill of having narrowly escaped a deadly trap. The evidence you've gathered clutched tightly in your hand as the boat speeds away from the ominous island. The wind tousles your golden curls, a stark contrast to the earlier glamorous scene at the mansion party. The glitz and glamour of Hollywood seem a distant memory as the adrenaline of your dangerous double life as a spy floods your senses. You've successfully completed your mission, fooling the influential Victor Renard and unraveling his nefarious espionage activities. But the world of intrigue and danger is far from over. It's just another day in your thrilling life as a 1940s-era blonde bombshell and a secret government spy. That concludes our adventure for now. If you've enjoyed this journey, please consider supporting similar projects through Patreon. Your contributions help in the creation and maintenance of these narratives. Also, if you've enjoyed this experience, show your support for the channel by liking and subscribing. Consider sharing this channel with your friends and communities, so we can grow and bring even more exciting adventures to life. For those wishing to engage further, feel free to join our Discord server linked in the description. Remember, every adventure taken is a story waiting to be told. Thank you for being part of this one.